Good morning, it's 11:30. I'm meteorologist Jeff Gerber. The next 10 minutes we'll be taking a look at the weather across southeast Texas. I got to tell you, not much going on out there. It's pretty boring weather as we go through the weekend into next week. And some folks might love the boring weather, especially over the weekend where we're going to see plenty of sunshine, maybe a few clouds here and there, but no rain in the forecast. Temperature's going to be pretty comfortable. We'll be right around 80 degrees over the weekend, and morning lows will be a little cool in the 60s, but we're not going to see a deep dive in temperatures anytime soon. It looks like through the middle of next week. We'll see a lot of 60s for morning lows and not too many 30s and 40s like we saw earlier this week. Let's start off by taking a look at the rest of the day forecast, and we'll get up into those lower 80s for this afternoon for at least a couple hours. Maybe between 2 and 4 o'clock we'll hit about 80, 81, and then we'll see temperatures drop off to the middle 70s by 6 o'clock. Be a great evening out there to head out with the dog, do a little walking, or maybe just walk with your friends and just do a little exercising for this evening. By 10 o'clock, we're looking at temperatures in the middle 60s with partly cloudy skies. So not looking too bad for the rest of the day forecast. As we check the allergy report, looks a lot better than yesterday. Yesterday we had a lot of yellows on here. Today only weed is at medium. You can see tree, grass, and mold are at low on the low range. So a little bit better news as far as your allergy sufferers out there. Things are going down just a little bit. You see these numbers usually go down a little bit when it's so dry out there, and it's very dry. We need some rain to help improve conditions. We have some clouds. You got to have clouds before you can get some rain, and we have some clouds, but unfortunately these are not pretty much rain-bearing clouds. These are just little puffy cumulus clouds that we see across the area. This is a view, of course, from Packer the Prairie, downtown Beaumont. Usually from this camera we look at the skyline. This morning we were showing the Port of Beaumont. Then we'll switch over to our 12 News studio camera. This one brought to you by Mid-County Plumbing. Once again here in Beaumont, we're looking at just some partly cloudy skies, and also looking at the traffic. Looks like I-10 is going along pretty smoothly there. So if you're heading out for lunch, I don't think you're running into too many problems. It looks like as far as getting around. If you're taking the interstate there, maybe to out towards the mall, or maybe taking it southward, maybe heading over towards the Houston area or something. It looks like it's pretty smooth sailing there on I-10 as we look out from our 12 News studio out on our camera, or our tower. We have the camera out there. All right, let's check out the view from Jasper. Head up towards the lakes area. This is the Jasper County Courthouse. Picture brought to you by Provalis. And once again, just some cumulus clouds here and there, some puffy clouds, and don't have to worry about any active weather for today or the next several days, as we keep mentioning. Not a bad view up there towards Jasper. I'm wondering when they're going to turn the lights on at the Jasper County Courthouse. Typically we see them come on and they light up the courthouse. Really nice display they have there at the courthouse. They might wait till after Thanksgiving. I can't remember when they turn them on officially, but well, I always like to see when they start lighting up the courthouse this time of year. As we head down towards Port Arthur, this is a beautiful shot. I like this shot because it shows the Intercoastal Waterway and just some Lakeshore Drive down there in the Port Arthur area. This camera brought to you by Market Basket, part of the Roofing 911 Live Skycam network, and you can see mostly sunny skies over top of this camera. Have a few clouds off in the distance, but not looking too bad there. Not too many boats heading up and down the Intercoastal. I like it when the big ships go by, but I don't see any of those ships right now. And temperatures generally across the area just getting up to around 80 degrees right now. Let's take another view of another camera, and I think we're going to go over to maybe, hopefully Orange, I think is the next one. Yeah, Orange, and we're looking at from the Horseman's Western Store. We're looking off towards the west, and once again, traffic looks like it's going along pretty smoothly along I-10. You can see in Orange we're showing 80 degrees on our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. Humidity at 57%, so still not too bad. As long as we stay out of those 60s and 70s, it doesn't feel too bad with the humidity, and we'll see a little bit of a northwesterly wind on that camera, about 4 to 5 miles an hour. A couple of places have reached 80. That's Silsbee and Port Arthur. Still upper 70s for places like Woodville and Jasper, where we're at 79. 75 in Kirbyville, and 77 right now in Beaumont. So look over towards Houston, Conroe, and Huntsville. All those locations are showing numbers into the upper 70s, and we're seeing middle 70s towards the Quincy, and then 78 in the Lake Charles area. So not too bad out there right now. Like I said, we'll get up into the lower 80s. High pressure off towards our east, still pushing in that southerly wind off the Gulf. So slowly but surely increasing humidity levels just a little bit, but overall just a very quiet weather pattern, not much going on across the deep south. You can definitely see those clouds building as we go into the mid to late morning hours with some of that low level moisture, but we need a lot of moisture in the middle parts of the atmosphere, and then we need something to kick it off to give us a little bit of rain, kind of squeeze that moisture out of the atmosphere. We just don't see that in our forecast anytime soon. We were looking at earlier in the week a storm system may be coming in by late in the weekend, but that thing is kind of looks like it's going to be falling apart and we won't get much from it at all. Let's look around the rest of the country, and I'm sorry about the satellite glitch here. They see that little white thing pop up. That's just a satellite glitch here and there. Through the center sections of the country, it looks pretty quiet. Maybe a little bit of lake effect snows through parts of western New York up and towards northern Pennsylvania. A little bit of precipitation there, but most of the East Coast looks like it's pretty quiet. Florida is very quiet right now. Desert Southwest, not too bad, looks pretty quiet. And then we have a storm system coming on shore, the West Coast, getting some rain and snow out there for this morning. You can definitely see rain all the way up from, say, Seattle down through Oregon and even into northern parts of California. It looks like the Sierra Nevada getting some pretty good snow. As a matter of fact, it looks like maybe some winter weather advisories there throughout the Sierra. So good news there. I'm sure the ski resorts are very happy. A lot of folks like to go skiing as you head towards maybe the Thanksgiving week, and hopefully they'll get a good amount of some snow up there so they can open those resorts and have a good time for the holiday there. But most of the country is pretty quiet out there for this morning. Our futurecast takes us from the upper 70s into the lower 80s, like I said, for a few hours this afternoon, and then we'll start off your evening with temperatures generally around 70. We drop back into the middle 60s as we head towards 10 o'clock. And then from there, we'll see temperatures tomorrow morning. I think a lot of 50s, at least north of I-10, and then I-10 southward, we'll see temperatures right around about 60 degrees. Tomorrow, back up into the upper 70s. By lunchtime, we'll top out once again into around 80 degrees before we see temperatures fall back into the 70s as we head towards the evening hours on your Friday. So, like I said, Friday Night Football looks like it's going to be great. Actually, tonight, you got playoff games. They'll be fine. Tomorrow night, Saturday, anything you're doing outside will be fine. Temperatures will be very conducive to doing outdoor activities. Just make sure you stay hydrated a little bit. It will be a little bit warm. Southeasterly winds at 5 to 10 knots along the coast. Seas around 2 feet. High tide coming up here at 11:47 for tonight. So it's going to be a late one. Our sunsets tonight is about 5:21. Look for a light chop on the inland lakes and bays for today. Water temperature right around 70 out there in the Gulf. So forecast for today, we'll go partly cloudy. We saw those clouds on the sky cam. South winds at 5 to 10 and temperatures near 80 degrees, anywhere from, say, 79 to about 81 for our afternoon highs. And then for tonight, we'll back off to a lot of middle to upper 50s from inland southeast Texas up towards the lakes. You can see that there on the map. And then once you get south of I-10, temperatures can be holding fairly close to about 60 degrees. I think places like, say, Port Arthur, Bridge City, over towards, say, some places in mid-county going to be right around 60 degrees. And then, of course, you get down towards Sabine Pass, LaBelle, you'll definitely be looking at some lower 60s going towards Friday morning. 7-day forecast shows nothing but just warmer temperatures. Tomorrow, a little warmer in the morning. The afternoon is about the same. And then you can see those numbers climbing a little bit up into the lower to middle 80s as we head towards Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And then might drop off a little bit on Wednesday. We have a little bit more cloud cover there. But pretty quiet forecast. Like I said, especially over the weekend. Outdoor plans this weekend, not bad at all. Mild starts. We'll see temperatures there in the lower 60s, and then those afternoons, lower 80s. Now, we'll be a little bit humid, but overall, it doesn't look too bad. And then as we get in towards Wednesday, that weak weather system comes in here. A small chance for a few showers. Now, there are some indications on some of the long-range computer models that we might get a better chance of rain late next week, maybe into the week after. But right now, all we got over the next 7 days is just that small chance for rain as we head towards Wednesday. I want to show you a number here at the bottom of your screen, 409-749-9302. If you have any weather questions, which right now it's pretty quiet. A lot of folks don't have too many questions about the weather. But if you have any weather questions, 409-749-9302.